We all know that pancakes make a tasty treat at breakfast, but my mini blini pancakes with lemon and chive are a perfect treat any time of day. And in fact, they make a great base for an hors d'oeuvre. Now this style of pancake is different than a breakfast pancake. First, it's not at all sweet, but it's also light and airy, almost souffle-like. I start the recipe like a basic pancake batter. A cup of all-purpose flour. I add 2 teaspoons of baking powder, but that's just part of what makes this pancake recipe nice and light. Because it's a savory pancake, I need a little more salt than my breakfast version, 3/4 of a teaspoon. And now I can build in some of my flavor. First, a little lemon zest and 2 tablespoons of chopped chives. I like the mild onion flavor of chives. It really suits the delicate texture of these little pancakes, and they are a miniature version. I'll give this a quick little whisk just to get the chives and the lemon in there. And for the liquids, I have 2/3 of a cup of milk. 1 or 2% is just fine. 2 egg yolks, just the yolks. I've melted a 1/4 cup of butter. I'll work that in, so it makes it a nice, rich pancake. And I also need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And I just whisk this to combine. A few lumps are okay. The fluffy factor, 4 egg whites that I'm going to whip on high speed until they hold a medium peak. Now you do want to whip your egg whites at room temperature. They get a better volume that way. There we go. I add the whites all at once to my pancake mixture. You really do want to make this batter recipe right before it's time to make the mini pancakes. Look at how light and airy that batter is. Oh, I just love it. You know what these pancakes remind me of? When it was my dad's turn to make breakfast on weekends, he would pull out a recipe for souffle pancakes that were just as light as air. Unfortunately, the recipe's long gone, but believe me, the memory of them is still right here. I'll move over to my crepe pan. Any nonstick skillet will work here. There we go. My pan's nice and hot, just above medium heat. And to get precise little medallions, almost coin-sized pancakes, I use an ice cream scoop. Nice level scoop. Drop it in your pan. It really depends on your pan if you have to grease it or not. I call these my blini pancakes because they do really remind me of the Russian blinis, the little pancakes that are used to serve with caviar, because they too are light and airy. You will see these really puff up the minute you flip them over, and I give them about 90 seconds on each side. And really, your tell is about the same. When you start to see it dry around the edges, then you know it's time to flip. I can really smell the chive and the lemon, and it's such a nice flavor match with the delicate texture of the pancake. Put these on a tray. I don't stack my souffle pancakes because that would crush them down. So I cool them in a single layer, and after they've cooled, then you can stack them if you want. You know what I love about a recipe that makes 48 little pancakes? You are the only one counting. So if 1 or 2 kind of disappear, no one's gonna know. All right, a little space for these to cool. These pancakes may be light and airy, but what's nice is they're substantial enough that if you top them, they hold their shape. They won't collapse or fall apart. You know, we're always looking for creative ideas when we're passing around hors d'oeuvres. Everybody knows how to make a crostini, but a pancake, that's a little something special. So you could put anything on these little pancakes. It could be smoked salmon, you could put a shrimp. I'm keeping it fresh and light to match with that chive flavor, and adding chive and lemon to some diced tomatoes and to some Greek yogurt. So I'll just divide my chives between my tomatoes and my yogurt. That way I have coordinating flavors. A little lemon zest in both. Just add a touch of lemon juice to both. A pinch of salt and pepper. And just a quick stir. So just like the pancakes, you could make your tomato and your yogurt toppings ahead of time. but you do want to assemble these right before you want to serve them. If I've made my blini pancakes ahead of time and chilled them, I just spread them on a baking tray and I pop them in a 300-degree oven just for a couple minutes to soften them up. But they can cool to room temperature. They're just as delicious that way. And when it's time to plate and serve, arrange them on your tray. A little bit of the diced tomato. Dollop of the yogurt on top. And there they are, so colorful, so quaint, and absolutely light as air. That is a lovely little 2-bite wonder.